Fieldwork in Psychology class assists students in finding internships that match their personal career goals. You are not simply placed into an internship. Rather, you are provided with a list of internship sites that typically accept undergraduate internship students. It is then up to you to contact these sites to learn more about what you might do at the site and to negotiate specific hours and activities. While we encourage you to use the lists provided by both me and the CLA Internship Office, students are welcome to find their own internships. If the internship sites on the lists provided to you do not match your interests, or if you have contacts in other settings who have already offered you a position, you are more than welcome to arrange your own internship position. The goal of the Fieldwork in Psychology class is to ensure that students obtain internships that pique their interests and closely match their own career goals. So I'm willing to work with you in whatever way I can to make that happen. Although the specific list of internship opportunities will not be provided to you until after you've been accepted into the class, this video is intended to provide an overview of the type of internships students typically complete and the type of activities they typically engage in at their sites. Many students choose to complete their internships with youth. This can be done in a variety of different settings. Students who are interested in working with youth often choose to intern at after-school programs or mentoring programs. After-school programs such as the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club provide structured environments for kids after school. Internships at these programs typically help students with homework, help run art or music programs, support athletic activities, or facilitate group discussions around topics such as problem solving, bullying, drug use, and mental health issues. Other after-school programs, such as Girls Inc., the Empower Her Project, and Girls on the Run, focus more specifically on girls' needs, offering programs on body image, teen pregnancy and self-esteem, and leadership. In all of these settings, interns have the opportunity to get involved in a wide variety of activities and programs, and students often talk about how these experiences have helped them develop their skills in working with children.
That I was able to recognize that I liked being around children because of doing this internship. I learned a lot through the children about myself. Getting that hands-on experience with the Boys and Girls Club allowed me to be around children of different ages. It also made it more obvious to me that I liked being around younger children compared to like middle school age or high school age.
Students also often work with youth in youth shelters. Youth shelters provide temporary residence to youth who have run away from home or whose parents no longer want them in the home. Interns at these sites help with the day-to-day operations of the shelter while monitoring and providing support for the youth living there. Students who have interned at youth shelters often develop greater empathy for the difficulties that some youth face and develop skills for interacting with youth in crisis.
That it was a very home-like experience. It wasn't just you're going to a business and you're just working like that. It's different. You're working with other youth and you get to do activities with them. You sit down and eat together. It's very different. It's like you could be who you really are. You don't have to be always so professional. You could feel like at home and just you're there for other people. So I really like that.
So I intern at Casa Youth Shelter. We serve youth ages from 12 to 17. What we did there is a variety of things. So we supervised the youth, monitored their whereabouts, and not only that, but we also into crisis calls. So these are youth that are really struggling through a really tough crisis. And we also scheduled intakes, so that gave us the opportunity to work with families and also the youth themselves. So it's a really good opportunity because you're also working with other professionals such as MFTs, social workers, and case managers as well.
Students who wish to work with youth can also intern at foster care agencies, child abuse prevention centers, or in the youth programs at homeless or domestic violence shelters. Interns at these organizations participate in a wide range of activities, from prevention programming to supervised visitation to direct programming with traumatized youth. Depending on the age of the children, interns may provide childcare, engage in art or music therapy, act as a mentor, or help facilitate support groups. Students who intern at such sites not only learn about the impact of trauma on youth, they also learn about effective interventions and often have the opportunity to network with a wide variety of professionals in the field. Students who wish to work with youth can also work in school settings. Opportunities in schools include shadowing school counselors, assisting high school psychology teachers, providing tutoring or in-class supervision, and helping students apply to college. Students who intern in schools not only interact with youth, they also learn a great deal about the school system and supports available to students. Finally, some students end up interning with special needs children in therapeutic riding programs, working with autistic children as behavior therapists, or supporting chronically ill children in hospital-based child life programs. Regardless of the setting, students who work with youth during their internship describe learning a lot about behavior management techniques. While some later decide that working with youth is not for them, most find the experience extremely beneficial in determining whether they want to work with youth in the future and the age range they are most comfortable with.
I think the thing that I took away from interning there specifically with their childcare program and their after-school program was that you don't need to have everything be perfect and have everything prepared because, especially when you're working with kids, there's a lot of times where you need to improvise because some kid's running around over in that direction, another kid is crying, so you need to be able to think on your feet and really just kind of be prepared for anything. And if it's not perfect, then that's okay because the kids really they're there to have fun and have a safe space to learn and everything. So
I worked at an elementary school, and so the fact that I had the opportunity to be around young children of different ages made it more obvious to me that I liked being around younger children compared to middle school age or high school age. And so I think that it's really important, especially with my internship, that I was able to recognize that.
While many students work with youth, other students are more interested in working with adult populations. Many of these students are interested in working with adults who are struggling with mental health issues, ranging from addiction to mental illness to behavioral health problems such as eating disorders and self-harm. These students work in a variety of settings, including inpatient mental health hospitals, outpatient mental health clinics, mental health advocacy organizations, and campus-based prevention programs. Students interning at these sites engage in a variety of activities ranging from staffing helplines, co-facilitating group therapy sessions, taking therapeutic notes, running education programs for family members, or conducting community outreach or fundraising. Other students are more interested in neuropsychological assessment. These students end up interning in hospital-based testing centers, such as the VA hospital, or developmental testing centers, where they learn to administer and score a wide variety of neuropsychological tests aimed at detecting cognitive and motor skill deficits. Still others gain experience with victims of trauma, including victims of sexual assault, intimate partner violence, and human trafficking. Students interning at these sites are trained to answer hotline calls, support victims at the hospital during forensic medical exams, provide financial, housing, and employment education, and conduct community outreach and education. Students working at legal aid centers and within the courts also learn to assist victims with restraining orders, divorce and child custody arrangements, and other civil matters.
So I had my internship at Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles at their self-help center. Basically what we do is help with in the areas of family law, evictions, and restraining orders. So I provided one-on-one assistance with litigants in those areas, and so I helped them with their paperwork, reviewed their paperwork, answer any questions that they had, type things out, read things out to them, because sometimes they didn't know how to read or write, so I had to be able to provide that assistance.
Still other students choose to intern with adults with disabilities or with elderly populations. These students intern at organizations such as Ability First and Able Arts Work that provide day programs for adults suffering from physical and cognitive disabilities, or with the Alzheimer's Foundation or the Council on Aging, who provides services for elderly populations or those suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia. Students at these internships engage in art programming, music and dance programming, and other social programming with clients to provide positive and enriching interactions for the clients. Other students opt to work with homeless or low-income populations. These students intern at homeless shelters, employment programs, and community support programs, where they engage in activities such as staffing the front desk, providing resources and referrals, facilitating education and training programs, and conducting community outreach. These students may also get involved in homeless counts, community organizing, or related policy initiatives. Still, other students choose to work with college students. While some of these internships involve opportunities on the CSULB campus, such as the Bickerstaff Academic Center, the EOP program, the LIFE program, the Health and Wellness Center, and Project Ocean, others involve working with college students through community programs such as Project Self-Sufficiency. These programs focus on a variety of different needs faced by college students, and students volunteering at these programs often gain experience with academic counseling, peer education, and community outreach. Some students also opt to work with culturally specific organizations, such as Boat People of SOS, Generaciones en Acción, or the Koreatown Youth Center, while others choose to intern with organizations that work with LGBTQ populations, such as the LGBTQ centers in Long Beach and Orange County. Such opportunities allow students to gain a greater understanding of challenges faced by diverse populations and to help provide the resources and support necessary to help people thrive. Finally, some students are more interested in IO psychology and the business sector. These students often find internships with human resources departments, corporate leadership training programs, and/or marketing firms. Regardless of the organization with whom students choose to intern, most students feel that their internship experience was one of the most important experiences of their college career. Unlike typical classes that emphasize book learning, internships provide students the opportunity to apply what they learn while developing important professional skills and contacts that will serve them well for the rest of their professional careers.
I liked gaining all the practical experience from my internship site, being in the field, seeing how certain things that we learn in the class affect people in real life, and being able to spot them and recognize them, and think to yourself back to what you've learned and how it relates.
Other students should take this class because it really prepares you for what the work life is going to be, how to prepare for a career, how to interact with other coworkers that you're going to in the future. I got a lot of opportunities to meet new people and try new things that I wouldn't have gotten the chance to had I not done this internship.
If this sounds like the kind of experience you're looking for, consider applying for the Fieldwork in Psychology class today. For more information on the application process, please watch the video entitled, "Why Should You Take Fieldwork in Psychology?" For more information about how to obtain an internship, please watch the video, "How to Obtain an Internship."